So dear students, now let me solve the problems which are asked in the previous year in competitive exam like JEE and NET. 33-year problem solving books. I have taken the problems from the 33 years problem solving books for NET 33 years. Okay, and there was topic wise solution, problems and solution, and I am going to make this book into a video solution. Okay, so let me solve the problems one by one topic wise. Okay, and the first topic is I have discussed here, that is about average velocity and average speed. According to the first chapter, that is motion and straight line, I have taken this chapter first, but this is according to the book, this is chapter number 3, but I have taken this first, that is motion in one dimension, because this is more important chapter. And our first topic is average velocity and average speed, average velocity and average speed. So let me take the first problem, and the problem is that a particle covers half of its total distance with speed v1 and the rest half distance with velocity v2. Its average speed during the complete journey is. Okay, so what is the average speed of this particle? So let me take that this is the total path, that this is the total path. Suppose this is the total path and this is the middle. So this half distance is covering with the speed v1 and the next rest of the half distance covers with speed v2. So during this interval it has speed v1 and during this path it is speed v2. So as these two paths are equal, because this is one half, okay, so if this is x, and then it will also be x, or you can say this is x by 2, but instead of x by 2, let me take this, the whole path is 2x, so your calculation will be easy. So let me take the whole path is 2x, so half of the path is x and the rest half will be x. So what will be the average velocity or the average speed, you can say? So average speed is, so let me give you the solution, that average speed v average, if you say v average, then it will be total distance divided by total time. Total distance covered, okay, divided by total time required, divided by total time required. So what is the total distance here? X plus x is 2x, but what is the time? We don't know the time. So let me take the time during the first half is t1 and for the second half is t2. So it will be t1 plus t2. Now we have to convert this t1 and t2 in terms of x and v. So for the first half, this x will be something v1 into t1, we know s is equal to vt, so from that relation we can take that x is equal to v1 into t1. So t1 will be x divided by v1, and similarly you can say for the next half that t2 will be x by v2, x by v2. So if we substitute this result, so it will be 2x divided by x by v1 plus x by v2. Now x will be cancelled out, so it will be 2 divided by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2, and that will be 2 v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. Okay, so this will be the average velocity. So C will be the correct answer. Now we will use this result for the next problems. If you see very carefully for the next problems, you can see that almost each and every problem this situation will arise, so this result will be used. So the situation of the problem is same, that like the problems number 1. So we will use this is a formula. Okay, we will use this as standard formula, that v average is equal to 2 v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. Now we can generalize this formula also, that the upcoming problems will be so simple if you generalize this problem. So let me generalize this problem, this standard result. Okay, so we will use this as standard result so that the problems will be so simple, upcoming problems will be so simple. So if there is the path, if the path is divided into two equal half, and here the velocity is v1 and here the velocity is v2, then obviously the average velocity, the form of average velocity will be 2 divided by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. But if we divide this path into 3 equal parts, and here the speed is v3, then the average velocity will be in the same way. You can calculate that's 3 by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2 plus 1 by v3. So we will use this result as a formula. So if there is a path of n equal part, then it will be n divided by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2 plus dot dot up to n term. Okay, so this will be very important result that will be used again and again. And if the path will be divided with respect to time, then the story will be different, and in that case A will be the answer. If in the problem it is said that a particle covers the half of its time instead of total distance, if a particle covers half of its time with the speed v1 and the rest of the time with the speed v2, then in that case the average velocity will be v1 plus v2 by 2. So let me prove this thing also, so that you don't need to prove again and again for the next upcoming problems. So let me do this thing also. So these are the very two important result that you should know directly. Okay, so with respect to that situation, you can say that these are the direct questions that are asked. Okay, so if this path is divided into 2, so let me take this total path is, so this portion is x1. Now the distance are not same, so you can take this as x1 and this as x2, and here the velocity is v1 and here the velocity is v2. But what is the same here? Time is same. So let me take that the total time is 2t. So for the first half, for the first portion, it will spend time t, and for the second portion it will also spend time t. So in that case, what will happen? So if we use this again, the main formula will be same, obviously, the total distance divided by total time, and here the total distance is now x1 plus x2 instead of 2x, and the total time is nothing but t plus t, same. Now x1 will be v1 into t and x2 will be v2 into t and divided by 2t. So now t will be cancelled out, and in that case it will be v1 plus v2 divided by 2. So now average speed will be v1 plus v2 by 2. So in that case this will be correct answer. So if the path is divided in terms of distance, the path is divided to equal parts in terms of distance, then it will be 2v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. But if it is divided with respect to time, then the average velocity will be v1 plus v2 by 2. Okay, so let me use this result for the next problems. You can see. So here this is the next problem, that a car moves from x to y with a uniform speed vu. So here the point x, and let me take here the point is y. So you can see the car moves from x to y with uniform speed vu and returns to x with uniform speed vd. So when it travels from x to y, so it will the uniform speed is vu, and when it returns its speed is vd. But you can see if you take the whole path from x to y and y to x, then for the first half, when the particle is moving or the car is moving from x to y, and if we divide this path as the first half, and from y to x this path is the second half, then the first half its speed is vu and the second half its speed is vd. So the path is divided equally in terms of distance, so our average velocity will be exactly for the previous one, and that will be 2 vd into vu instead of v1 v2 divided by vd plus v. So you can see this result will used again and again, and all the problems that are asked in previous years is same as the problems I have discussed earlier. and in the theory part I have also discussed that this is how we can calculate the average speed or the average velocity. Okay, so now let me see the next question also. So here different kind of questions, that a car runs at a constant speed on a circular track of radius 100 meter. So let me take the circular track of 100 meter of radius 100 meter. So suppose this is a circular track of radius 100 meter taking 62.8 seconds for every circular lap. So here time period t is 62.8 second for every circular loop. The average velocity and average speed of each circular loop respectively. So what is the average velocity? Average velocity will be 0 for the circular loop, because for each circular loop, because here the total displacement, because when you talk about speed it will be, when you talk about average speed, then it will be total distance by total time. It will be total distance divided by total time. But when you talk about average velocity, then in that case it will be total displacement by total time. So what is the total displacement? Total displacement is 0 here, because the particle is starting from here and it will come back to the same point. So the displacement will be 0. So the average velocity will be 0. Okay. And the next thing is that what is the average speed? So it will be total distance divided by total time, and total distance is its circumference, that will be 2 pi r. So the total distance will be 2 pi r here. Okay, so it will be 2 pi r divided by total time will be 62.8 seconds for each circular loop. So now it will be 2 into 3.14 into r means 100, because the radius is 100 meter, divided by 62.8, and you can see that is also 6.28 into 100 divided by 62.8, so it will be 10. So the correct answer will be C. Okay, so now let me move to the next question also. And here a car moves a distance 200 meter. It covers the first half of the distance at a speed 40 km per hour and the second half of the distance at a speed v. The average speed is 48 km per hour. So find the value of v. So here again the same case. First half of the distance at a speed 40 km per hour and the second half of the distance at speed v. So here v1 is given as 40 km per hour, and v2 is given as v, and v average is also given as 48 km per hour. So if you use the result that I have derived for the first problem, and that is 2 v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2, so we have 48 is equal to 2 into v1 means 40 into v2 means v divided by 40 plus v. So you can find from here, from this equation you can easily find v. Okay, so if you calculate you will get. So if you want I can calculate this thing for you. So it will be 80 v is equal to, you can see here, it will be 48 into 40 plus 48v plus 48v. So 80v minus 48v. So here will be 80 and here is 48. So we will have 2 and 32. So it will be 32v, and that will be equal to 4 into 8, that will be 32, and 4 into 4 16, that is 3920. Okay, so V will be 3920, so V will be 3920 divided by 32, so it will be, I think, 56. Okay, with 56 into 32, that will only match to this answer, so A will be the correct answer. Okay, so please check the calculation yourself. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. And here again the same question is repeating. A bus traveling first 1/3, now it is 1/3, I have derived for 1/3 also. Okay, the bus traveling the first 1/3 distance at speed 10 km/h, the next 1/3 is 20 km/h, and then the last third 1/3 is 60 km/h. So what will be the average speed of the bus? So again we have to use that the average will be, the average will be here 3 by 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2 plus 1 by V3, and that will be 3 divided by, what is 1 by V1? So V1 is 10 here, so 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20 plus 1 by 60, so we will have 3 by 60 and we will have 6 by 60, so it will be 3 upon 6, 3, 9, 10, 10 by 60, that will be 6, so 3 upon 1 by 6, so that will be 18 km/h, 18 km/h. So this will be the correct answer. So you have to remember this formula. If there is 3 part of the total path and the path is divided in terms of distance, then it will be V average will be 3 by 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2 plus 1 by V3, and for 2 equal parts it will be 2 by 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2 plus 1 by V3. But if with respect to time, then you have to use this result, that V1 plus V2 by 2, and for 3 part it will be V1 plus V2 plus V3 by 3. So this is the general result. I am saying again and again that you have to remember these two results, and you can see how important these are. Almost each and every year the questions are asked from here. So these two results are very important for your problem solving purpose. So now let me solve the next question also, and you can see again the same question. A car covers the first half of the distance between two places at 40 km/h and another half 60 km/h. So what is the average speed of the car? So again there is the same question, and that is V average is equal to 2 V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. So you have to be very careful about this formula, and you have to use intelligently, that 2 into 40 into 60 divided by 40 plus 60, and that will be 2 into 40 into 60 divided by 100. So this 0 will be cancelled, so it will be 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 6, 48 km/h. So the correct answer will be this way. So you have to be very careful about this formula, and you can see how important this formula is, and each and every year, almost each and every year, the questions are asked from this formula. Okay, so thank you, and in the next class I will solve the next topics of previous year problem. Okay.